what is preventing me from enjoying the game more? I want to say, you know, I want to say dumb characters, but I can't. I play Ram, right? So I want to say like, damn, you know, Nagoriyuki and Leo, they ruined the game for me. But I play Ram, so I can't really say that, huh?
What is up, guys? It's your boy Hook, and today we are gonna be talking about what future updates do we want to see for Strive. I mean, the game is in its last, the season is pretty much over, you know?
And you know what that means. It's time for a wish list. It's time to put what we want on that patch, speak it into existence like that, all right? And I got quite a few things I'd like Arcsys to do. And what I'd like you to do is smash that sub button. Go ahead and smash that sub button. Hit down below. Let's get in the video. All right.
Overall experience so far, what is your current thoughts of the game and currently discourages you from enjoying the game more than you do now? I think overall, I think the experience of the game is great. I think I'm the most happy about it bringing a lot of players that never play fighting games, never play Guilty Gear, and I feel like a lot of people kind of got into it, and they kind of got a little comfortable of like, you know, kind of getting their feet wet and like entering like tournaments or like just playing against people stronger than them and things like that. And I feel like it created a lot of friendships as well. So I'm really happy overall in terms of that.
So overall thoughts on the game. Of course, if you have been following, you know I'm a fan of the game. I've been a fan from the beginning. They took a big risk right there. They took a big risk kind of rebooting it and everything, but I think they did a great job. Obviously, it's not the sequel that some people wanted, but I think for a brand new start, to get rid of the legacy skill, still make it accessible, still make it fun, I think they did a great job with that.
I think the thing that discourages me the most, obviously, I play Faust. You know, he's not the best or anything like that. He's okay, I believe, in the current game. But the thing, not really the fact that he's low tier is what gets me. What gets me is that he has just impossible matchups. Some matchups are just unwinnable, man. Like Faust versus Happy Chaos, for example, is unwinnable. He can't get in. Faust is too slow. His buttons are too slow. You know, can't throw an item because he'll just get shot at. It's just like those type of matches are, it throws me off, man. Like I wish you could just be the GOAT of your low tier character and still, you know, get far, you know? But I feel like that isn't really the case. That kind of was the case in Exerd. Felt like everybody can win in Exerd, bad matchups and all.
I think the base of the game is actually in a very great spot. I think, honestly, like looking at how other games have come out, you know, it's a little shaky for most fighting games. But for Guilty Gear Strive, it came out pretty well, and you could see the trajectory of how they won the game, and part of that was probably because of the beta, right? So I think as a first iteration for this game, and that takes into account all the changes and stuff, it's got a pretty good path. Now, there's obviously changes that need to be made, but it's pretty good. It's looking pretty good.
How about this? Panda, you're not gonna get me to say anything bad. I love Guilty Gear, I love everything about it. Next question. Single player experience. Do I think the single player experience is good? I think the single player experience is great for serious players. You know, it has the best training mode, the easiest to use training mode by far out of all the games I play. It's super convenient, super easy. The new combo feature is godlike too, because you can have not just YouTube combos, you can actually have like practical combos. You can explain it. Again, super beneficial. The tutorial, the training mode, wonderful, all that stuff. But again, you need, I think, more stupid fun would be good for the casual player. If we're talking about single player stuff or casual stuff, I want them to bring back the shadow characters or the gold characters or the EX characters. If you don't know about them from the old Guilty Gears, you could pick let's say a gold version of your character would be super broken. For example, Faust, he would only throw meteors. For his item toss, only meteors right there. Johnny's Misfire, kill you in one hit. So they're not tournament legal, they're really, really stupid, but it's something fun. You know, it's an extra like fun content mode. When I was like playing, you know, when I was like younger before net play, I'd always play those dudes.
I actually think that the single player experience for Strive is actually pretty lackluster, if you want me to be honest. I feel like there's not a lot to do. You get like a 4-hour story mode, which is great. I think the story is good, but you can't really play in it. I feel like the combo recipe was a good addition, but it's just still not enough. I think survival is still kind of And, you know, I think modes like MOM and things like that should be added. I think tag battles should be added. I think a lot of things that just do, like, that they should add, it's just not in the game right now, that should be, like, in the game. Trial modes on top of combo recipe would be great. I think a lot of, like, just, you know, challenges that you do would be really great for, like, single player content. And I would wish that, like, you know, you could use that single player content stuff to, like, do other things. Like, let's say for example you want to go to the tower and then like you're like, oh, I'm waiting for a match, but let me do like some, you know, time attack or like, you know, MOM, and then like it should be like an MOM like mode where you could play online and like people who play MOM could like play each other and shit like that. But overall, I don't think it's the greatest. I will hope that they add more so people, you know, new players, casuals alike, can actually have something to like go back and just keep playing.
To be honest, with me, I don't really care about the single player stuff. I usually ignore all of that shit. Even the combo recipe mode, I ignore all that shit too. I prefer just playing the game, you know, but I guess for casuals, you know, it would be nice if there was like Mortal Kombat is like the absolute god when it comes to single player shit. Like the crypt is lit. Like fishing is cool in Strive, but let's be honest, you just press buttons in a menu, man. That's whack. Like, make it fun. Make it like a cool mini game or something. Like, that would make it a little more, like, less tedious than just pressing shit on a menu, right?
From a single player side, you know, I think more of the story mode would be better. I feel like the story mode was pretty decent. You know, it was kind of fun. They could add more. They got all these new characters. It's time to explore, you know, what Baiken is talking about in their trailer and all that stuff like that. I believe that was on the roadmap, but I feel like they should get to it quickly because the casual audience, they leave so fast. So in my opinion, that should come out ASAP. But yeah, more single player stuff would be great. I think more like time attack and stuff like that, the old school stuff that people used to like, put that in the game too. I think people really enjoy that. The more modes, the better, because casuals, the longer they stick around, as we see for MK, it helps the game, you know, profitability and growth. And those casual players turn into, you know, stronger players. You know, they turn into people that maybe they want to be more competitive.
How do you currently feel about the roster? What would you like to see added in the future? I think overall, I will really enjoy a character that like we haven't seen in a long time, and I think Bridget, I think he has like the prime time to like come into a game like this. You know, I think Izuna would be a really cool character. I think you know, my boy Sin. You know, I already know Sin all day.
How do I currently feel about the roster? The roster's great. I don't know. The roster's wonderful. I'm actually surprised they put Baiken in so early. So of course people can be like, no, the roster stinks. I didn't get Dizzy, I didn't get Jam, I didn't get John against Slayer. You know, you have all your fan favorites. They're gonna be added eventually. You just wait, enjoy the ride. I'd rather talk about the new characters. You know, I'd rather talk about the new characters. That's always more interesting there. Nagoriyuki, Giovanna, Gold Lewis, Happy Chaos. But yeah, so they added like 4 new, you know, they added 4 new characters specifically for Strive. They're all really interesting, except for Giovanna. She's one of the driest fighting characters I've ever seen in my life. But I think they did a good job with that. So I also like the redesigns. Baiken specifically, you might as well call Baiken a new character, right? A Strive version of her right there. So I like the cast. I like the cast.
They're cool. I think Happy Chaos is one of the coolest characters they've ever made in Guilty Gear, period. You know, even though he's a broken piece of shit. But yeah, I mean, it's all right. I mean, obviously they're missing some real fan favorites like Johnny. You know, Johnny's like the biggest one. I hope they never add Elfelt. Add Testament. Why not? Add some throwback characters. You know, Testament hasn't seen movement since you know, XX. So it would be nice to see him in a newer Strive.
Maybe not Answer. Actually, I'd like to see Answer this game. They'd have to rework some of the new characters, right? Because people like Answer are not going to come back in the way they were before. But if anything with Baiken is to, you know, showcase how they can change characters for Strive, I think they can do a good job. I personally like to see Zappa. I don't care what you say at home. I don't care how mad you get in the comment section. Oh, nobody wants Zappa. Secretly, you want Zappa. You like fighting Zappa, and you love to have a top tier Zappa in this game. Slayer would be pretty cool. I guess he'd be very different than Nago. But from a story perspective, like, how would you put him in? Slayer, though, he got to come back. I feel like you got to make the majority of the characters that we saw in Xrd, plus Zappa, and plus Testament, I guess. No Justice, though. Hold the Justice, though. Put that on the side. Throw it in the trash later. Just give me the majority of the characters that were in the previous games, plus some new ones, right?
Online gameplay, how do your online experience been? Is there anything you like change and improve? Overall gameplay, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of an online, but, you know, I'm really glad that it helps people who don't have a scene or, you know, don't have anybody to play with to play online all over the world. I'm very happy about that. So as far as that, I am satisfied with that everybody else enjoys it. But the things that I would like, I just feel like, again, as a fan, I think it's great. Everything is perfect, right? As a fan, like it's such a great system. Like, you know, tower system. You know, you get to play at your level and things like that. I think as a fan and as like just loving like the series, it's a great thing. But as a competitor, I feel like you know, I feel like once you get to a certain level in the online experience, like there's really no pinpoint or no scale to like show how far you actually is. So I don't really like that part, but I think overall the concept is and the foundation is great. And also I hate the lobby system, man. Like I try liking it, but why is it that we have 64 cabinets and all 40 of them don't work and it's only 24 people in there? I don't understand that. So please, Arcsys, do something about that, please.
Me being in Japan, the biggest problem with the gameplay, everyone always said it was the lobby, right? The lobby is 100% fine. I've been saying this since day one. The lobby is absolutely fine because you don't need to use it. I don't use the lobby at all. I spend my entire time in training mode. The biggest problem is what? The connecting the server, but I never had to deal with that. So Guilty Gear Strive is the best net play experience out of any fighting game there is for me.
When it comes to the rollback, I think the rollback is fantastic. It's the best thing about Strive by far, you know, in general. I think the online experience is good. It's still not like God tier that you can just play everybody on the West. I mean, you could play them, but it's gonna, you know, it's not gonna be the absolute best. You know, it needs a couple tweaks. Obviously, one day I pray that we can actually play against Japanese players and no lag. Like that would be a dream come true. But you know, we're in the right step with rollback. And anyways, I'm over here hating about rollback when my game doesn't even have it at all. You know, my game is unplayable.
I think the online play has been pretty good. It's a rollback game, so already it's got that going for it, as it should. And I think most of the connections for most of the players have been pretty good, right? Now, most of the time, right? There's sometimes west to east don't always connect right, and some of that's not just because of the netcode, but that's some of it's just, you know, the US infrastructure. It can be improved, and they can do more, and I know they can do more, and I don't like it when developers like strap netcode and it's decent and they don't enhance it or do better with it. And I really think that the move to online being so important these days, even though we're going back to offline slowly, it's so important that we have these online tournaments and seasons and things like that. So let's buff that netcode. Let's get that going. What's one thing that would instantly just make Strive the perfect fighting game? The thing that I think Strive that would catapult it to being better than it is right now would be how defense works. Okay, I think IBs or instant blockings are not that good, and you don't get enough reward. You know, like in most situations, maybe not all of them, but a lot of situations where you should be getting a lot more. So I think they should rework that, but I would like them to rework that, but also give characters more options. I don't want them to take options away. I think one of the biggest problems I have with Grand Blue and some other fighting games, they take options away. I hate when they take options away. And I know you can't always buff, but I hate when you nerf. You know, you look at patch notes and you're like, this got removed, this got removed, this got removed. Not fun. It's not fun at all. I want to see people not have to pick secondaries in a Guilty Gear game, right? Like I think that's kind of weird. I like them to stick with their character and be rewarded. So in my personal opinion, that's what they should do.
Please reduce the overall base damage. Not the high damage aspect, but the base damage. I shouldn't be pressing A, B, C, D to literally kill you, okay? Maybe if I do like a wake up dragon punch and then you get like a punish, yeah, the damage should be high, right? That was a big punish. But like, if you're just getting a regular hit and I'm dying off a regular hit, please, that is so crazy, man. Look, I personally, and let me bring it back. Let me bring it back a little bit. This is only from a competitor standpoint, right? Competitor standpoint, this would make it a perfect fighting game. Add more air Gatlings. I think air Gatlings would be nice. They don't have to really change the ground Gatlings, but I think air Gatlings should be a nice thing because, you know, for example, like jump jab into like jump S and things like that. It'd be really good because some characters actually would get a lot of reward from it that don't get a lot of reward at overall. So I think that will like change the character without changing the character drastically and giving them like obnoxious changes like crazy buffs and stuff like that.
Panda, I don't like this question. This is a slippery slope. Because whenever we get into this one, it suddenly becomes like, we need to add this, then add this, then add this, and suddenly you're not even talking about Strive anymore. You let them go and they're like, you need to add this, and then sometimes like, and also add assists and ultras, and then it's like, well, you want Street Fighter 4 back. What the heck is this? I like Strive for what it is. I don't really want any big changes with the game right now. As it develops more, it would be cool to see more. I would see more characters gonna add to that, but some more system mechanics, more ways to use meter would be cool. Even though the RC system's already good, I don't know, some other ways to spend meter, maybe even like a 25 bar. I have no idea. We shall see.
YRC, while kind of controversial, it still, you know, allowed you to do some cool stuff. Blue RC is a really cool mechanic in Strive, but it doesn't get used all that often because it's locked behind 50 meter, which 50, you don't really get that much meter that often. And if you do, you use it to do combos or purple RC to save yourself, like that, you know. There has to be other ways to use that cool mechanics. Obviously, the second biggest thing, in my opinion, is no Gatlings, man. Like, I hate the fact that only, like, for example, with Faust, he can't Gatling anything else into 5P besides 6P. Like, that's so whack, man. Like at least sweep or something, right? Not even 5P sweep works like that. It's so whack, man. Obviously, more combo routes would make the game more enjoyable. Like, it doesn't have that much freedom. It's pretty locked in, you know. Like, once you find the best combos, that's it. There's no reason to do any other like cool route. You just do the best combos and that's about it. And Faust definitely doesn't have that many of those cool combos. His best combos like 5H counter hit, scalpel pull, and that's it. Like, you know, he doesn't have that much freedom like he used to.
Let's give some final thoughts. You know, Strive is in a fantastic place. It could get to a better place. I hope that the new patch after the finals is fantastic. And I'd like to see your fantastic opinions. I'm just kidding. I don't want to see any of your opinions at all in the comment section. Oh, wait, maybe I should take that out. Maybe that's too harsh. All right, Panda editors, don't put that in. I'll get in trouble for that one.
But yeah, like always, let us know what you think, guys. Thank you for watching. You know, we always read your comments. And if you want to see us talk about anything else, let us know. We're always down to make more videos. But like always, subscribe if you haven't. Leave a comment on good stuff. Catch you in the next one. Peace.